Let's now cross live to Morning Live producer Desiree Chauke. She is at Constitution Hill. Desi, what you doing there? Good morning to you.
Hello and welcome to this special broadcast on this day where we commemorating the country's first post-apartheid election in 1994 here from the former women's prison. It's a sense of history and presence here, as you can see on the plaque behind us, talking about women in the first National Assembly of the Republic of South Africa. Do you remember those Haiti days? It talks about women's development contribution to a non-sexist, non-racial and democratic South Africa. Of course, one of the most famous people who were here being Winnie Mandela, but also people like our former departed former Minister of Communications, Ivy Matsepe Kasaburi. But the main reason we're here today is something that society doesn't necessarily celebrate and doesn't look very well on, which is ex-offenders who are coming together today to face the public in dialogue and to talk about the reasons why they ended up in jail and what freedom means to them, but more importantly, the things that are done to rehabilitate them and reintegrate them back into society. And the people who are doing this amazing work is two gentlemen who come from an organization called Lead Me As I Lead You. And this is when I bring in the two gentlemen, Olanga Hlachwayo, together with Junior Adise. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you for having us here.
Thank you.
Langa, what is an ex-offender before we talk about the efforts of reintegrating them back into society?
An ex-offender is someone that has been in conflict with the law and was sentenced to serve time in a prison or correctional center. But not all of them we would identify as criminals. But that's an ex-offender, someone that has a criminal record hanging on them and was released on the grounds of parole as well.
How did the work of Lead Me As I Lead You come about?
And the work of Lead Me As I Lead You came about because we saw the vacuum. Because there's this stigma around ex-offenders. Nobody wants to work with them. Nobody wants to help them, get back into their society. And they face challenges when it comes to reintegration back into their society. So we thought about it that we can be there for these guys because they are so very, very valuable to us. We saw them as a vital part, of our social progress. So we thought it's necessary to provide platforms for these guys so that we can ease their reintegration back into their societies and also ensure their successful development once they are out of these facilities, correctional facilities. Yeah.
So how would you say Freedom Day becomes relevant to this part of society?
Our inspiration comes from Tata Matiba, right? He's been there for at least 27 years at the Roman Island, and today it's the 27th of April, and some of the young men here are still young. We even have Tsepo Mia, who's only 23, and very soon he'll be, in a few years' time, from 4 years now, it's going to be 27. But the number 27 is significant to us, very important, because Tata Matiba, after 27 years in prison, he came out, he was able to have a great impact in changing our society. And we're saying to them, on this Freedom Day, looking forward, adopt that attitude of Tata Matiba, believe in yourself, look forward to changing the country, look forward to changing yourselves as well. So we're giving them this platform to take ownership of themselves and to do away with the title of ex-offender, ex-convict, ukuluva in a bad way. So we're saying to them, this is your freedom, own it, it's about you. You've ended, started a new life, and this is going to be an annual event as well. So this is very important to us and the whole society of Zanzi.
And this is not all talk. You have specific programs that you take them through to help them to rehabilitate. Just tell us about those programs quickly.
Okay, briefly, we have a policy program with Monash University, their criminology department, where these guys go there, have lectures with the criminology students, and then together develop policies that they believe is preventing their reintegration back into the society. So, and these policies that are developed can be pushed to the youth parliament for implementation. So that's one part.
Unfortunately, we have to wrap it there. But today's program, apparently we can continue. Okay. You can continue to tell us about some of the other programs.
And we also have partnerships with ISEC South Africa, with Cornhill, and other organizations that are willing to train these guys to give them a professional outlook. Because these guys are very, very talented. Some of them have got great skills. Okay, so this partnership aims to give them a professional outlook and entrepreneurship we train them to be leaders in our societies. So these partnerships, we hope, will provide the necessary platform that will ease their reintegration.
There's a lot to talk about, and the public is welcome here at the Women's Prison at Constitution Hill, and the entire dialogue is being put together by Constitution Hill, the Women's Program, and the Gauteng Legislature, as well as Lead Me As I Lead You. We'll come back later on and talk to some of the ex-offenders and listen to their stories. But for now, let's take an ad break.